It's a Saturday night in Sin City as the NLL season continues. A chance tonight for both the Philadelphia Wings and Las Vegas Desert Dogs to get back in the win column. Philadelphia at 1-3, Desert Dogs at 2-3. Hi everybody, welcome inside Lee's Family Forum alongside Jake Elliott. I'm Ben Wilson. Morgan Worth joins us between the benches shortly. Allowing goals has been a major issue for both Philadelphia and Las Vegas, each in the bottom three of goals allowed per game. But for lacrosse fans, that means you're in for a treat. A lot of goals tonight, Jake, and it starts with a lot of good offensive play with Philadelphia.
Absolutely. We saw a ton of goals last week. I'd expect a little more here as you watch Brendan O'Neill go to work, the Duke product, Mr. Team USA. And listen, this guy is just getting started. He's still figuring out how to play the box game, and he's already elite in this league. And now he's got a running mate on the other side in Michael Sowers, who had his best game as a pro a couple of weeks ago as well, putting up 4 goals in that game. And we'll see if that combination between two really high-profile American field lacrosse players have now turned their attention to the box, and they're both flourishing.
On the Vegas side, most nights when you score 15 goals, you expect to win. That was not the case last time out for the Desert Dogs.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to watch some highlight reel goals here, including a couple of one-handers here from Goodwin first and then Mitch Jones next. But there's no question that the Las Vegas Desert Dogs can score goals. We know that. And they've shown that they can play some pretty good defense as well. The goaltending has been up and down here in Las Vegas. If they get a good performance tonight from 42 in goal, I think the Dogs are going to be in good shape here, because you know these guys are going to put the ball in the back of the net.
And the offense has really stepped up, gone to another level this year for the Desert Dogs. Now it's a question of, as you're talking about, Jake, can they match it with offense and D? Joins us between the benches shortly. Allowing goals has been a major issue for both Philadelphia and Las Vegas, each in the bottom three of goals allowed per game. But for
We don't hear
Can you
Morgan,
hear me?
but she can hear.
Can
Now
you
I
say
can hear you.
Rubel? Is that how I say it?
You got it.
Rubel.
Okay, I'm just hearing the
Rubel.
word. I was telling Ben, I'm like, I've said it so many times in my head. I'm like, is that right?
Yeah,
So
it is.
thank you.
Rubel.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Sounds great, but how do we get tickets for all that?
VegasTickets.com.
VegasTickets.com. Maybe I'll win big at the tables.
Oh, you're gonna get lucky, for sure.
When you want the best seats to the best events, use VegasTickets.com.
It's halftime between the Wings and Desert Dogs here in Henderson, Nevada. The game of box lacrosse originated in Canada about a century ago. Since then, the sport has spread across North America and has even taken root here in the desert. Now the home team is working hard to make sure the next generation of NLL stars are homegrown.
You know what? It's all about the kids. You know what? That's what they say, right? It's all about the kids.
Go grab a ball. We're gonna spread out. Go.
Do something cool.
Chase Believer, that means you got down and back. Sprint, go. Ball down nice. 5, 6, go. Whatever your passion is, just stick to it, grind at it, and enjoy it. You never know where it'll take you. Good work, good work.
It's a Saturday night in Sin City as the NLL season continues. A chance tonight for both the Philadelphia Wings and Las Vegas Desert Dogs to get back in the win column. Philadelphia at 1-3, Desert Dogs at 2-3. Hi everybody, welcome inside Lee's Family Forum alongside Jake Elliott. I'm Ben Wilson. Morgan Worth joins us between the benches shortly. Allowing goals has been a major issue for both Philadelphia and Las Vegas, each in the bottom three of goals allowed per game. But for lacrosse fans, that means you're in for a treat. A lot of goals tonight, Jake, and it starts with a lot of good offensive play with Philadelphia.
Absolutely. We saw a ton of goals last week. I'd expect a little more here as you watch Brendan O'Neill go to work, the Duke product, Mr. Team USA. And listen, this guy is just getting started. He's still figuring out how to play the box game, and he's already elite in this league. And now he's got a running mate on the other side in Michael Sowers, who had his best game as a pro a couple of weeks ago as well, putting up 4 goals in that game. And we'll see if that combination between two really high-profile American field lacrosse players have now turned their attention to the box, and they're both flourishing.
On the Vegas side, most nights when you score 15 goals, you expect to win. That was not the case last time out for the Desert Dogs.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to watch some highlight reel goals here, including a couple of one-handers here from Goodwin first and then Mitch Jones next. But there's no question that the Las Vegas Desert Dogs can score goals. We know that. And they've shown that they can play some pretty good defense as well. The goaltending has been up and down here in Las Vegas. If they get a good performance tonight from 42 in goal, I think the Dogs are going to be in good shape here, because you know these guys are going to put the ball in the back of the net.
And the offense has really stepped up, gone to another level this year for the Desert Dogs. Now it's a question of, as you're talking about, Jake, can they match it with offense and D? As we're just about ready in the face-off dot. Mark Gardonio, our crew chief. Tonight, fans still filing into Lee's Family Forum. So happy to have you along. Philadelphia and Las Vegas were underway. Desert Dogs scored on their opening shift last time out as they get the face-off win from Tyrell Hamer-Jackson. And here we go.
Well, if I just slip it in there, Ben. Blow the whistle, let's play some lacrosse.
There we go.
We're underway. Gotta get that in there.
Aaron Pass with 7 on the shot clock, kept alive on the skip from John Donville. Tied up and no shot attempt coming. It's a shot clock violation. That's really been a big emphasis, Jake, for both coaches. Better physicality on D.
Yeah, I think both coaches here tonight more focused on the defensive end than the offensive end. I think Philadelphia had a pretty good performance, putting up 13 in their last game, but they need to find a way to keep it out of their net, just as the Las Vegas Desert Dogs do as well.
So we'll see that a lot of that 34 in white who just had the ball a moment ago. He's in the near part of your screen, gets the ball. First shot goes in. Right past Landon Kells, and Brennan O'Neill wastes no time off the mark, 60 seconds in.
Now, this guy is an absolute monster, and he possesses an outside shot in this league like not many others. And he can really rear back and crank it, and always tough when the first one gets by you as a goaltender. But Landon Kells will have to find a way to rebound, as O'Neill in the wings off to a good start here tonight.
Joe Resiterit's credit for the assist. He is now 5 shy of 350 in his Philadelphia career, all-time point leader for this Wings franchise.
And we were looking at the milestones here, Ben, and he is 11 points away from reaching a pretty significant one as well. And kind of got a raised eyebrow, like 11 points. You think, well, he's done that before in his career, so
not out of the question, right?
Don't put it past Buffalo Joe that he could eclipse that tonight.
No doubt. Interesting to see the response for Las Vegas, as Philadelphia's gotten off to really good starts in their games this year, only have a 1-3 record to show for it. Eric Fennell at the point. He's been a big cog as O'Neill winds up. There's the first save of the night for Landon Kells, who's played more games than any Desert Dog, game number 59 in his career tonight.
Yeah, one of the original members still left on this team. He, along with Connor Kirsten, should settle Landon down after making that stop.
Kyle Killen works into possession for Las Vegas, whose offense have gone to that high level. Second in the NLL, nearly 13 goals a game, but it's been a sloppy couple possessions out of the chute.
Not a bad attempt there for Kluche off the setup from Jones, and they'll continue to develop their chemistry as the shifts and games move along here for Vegas.
The Wings at 1-3 got off to a great start. knocking off Colorado in their opener. This one takes a long carom out near to the halfway line. No reset on the shot clock, and it's turned over. Nice physicality there in the back end by Las Vegas.
Yeah, better defensive effort for sure, denying a shot on goal in 30 seconds or less.
Jackson Webster working his way in toward the crease, and yet another stop. It's a solid start for Nick Daymood. So we can send it down to Morgan for the first time. Hey, Morgan.
Well, you guys were talking about the offensive firepower stepping on the floor, but yes, after talking to both head coaches, expect some adjustments defensively. Vegas is looking to be more consistent from quarter to quarter with focusing on shifts, finishing them, boxing out, and not giving up those easy shots. For Philadelphia, Rubel wants to see an increase in game sense and anticipation. He was clear that they have to be better on loose balls. So whether it be on the face-off or rebounds from missed shots, expect more of a concentrated effort in those areas, guys.
Oh, Connor Kirst right off that transition play scores. Exactly what you were talking about, Morgan, and it leads to a transition goal. We're knotted up at 1.
Well, all we got to do is bring Morgan Worth in, and a goal was going to happen. It happened last week. She got to call a goal last week, and she brings it in, and there goes the captain, Connor Kirst, with the first Vegas goal of the night, as the Turf Monster got a Philadelphia defender there on the back pedal, and that allowed Kirst just to walk right to the goal, and he beats Daymood down low.
Yeah, Ryan Wagner.
Turf Monster, Ben. It's a real thing down there.
No doubt. A big answer from Las Vegas, and clearly to Morgan's point, the defensive intensity has been on another level for both teams to start out. Quick attempt off the draw.
Now, I was interested to see how the face-off dot matchup would play out here with Rowlett and Hammer Jackson, and so far Tyrell has had the upper hand on the first few draws.
The scoop setup. They go give and go with Evan Messenger in, but it's another stop for the man in the middle for Las Vegas. That's been a big focal point, and it allows the Desert Dogs to get out and transition a little bit, play with some fluidity as well.
See Reese Blake, 88, getting his first action as a Desert Dog, as Dylan Hutchison the scratch on the back end here tonight for Sean Williams.
Big shot fought off up into the netting by Daymood, who does have playoff experience going back to his time in Panther City.
Absolutely, coming off a President's Cup championship as well with the Snake Island Muskies in the summer season.
Now, that pedigree a little bit surprising that so many goals have been scored against Philadelphia. Fraser goes right between the wickets. Desert Dogs with their first lead of the night.
There he is, the human highlight reel, Chase Fraser, and that one pretty standard practice there for number 8. And you know, there's different ways to shoot the lacrosse ball, and for Fraser, he gets a lot of heat with a pretty quick windup. It's a whipping shot for him, and doesn't need a lot of time and space to get his hands free and let it fly. And that one just kind of found room through the 5-hole at Daymood, who was guessing a little bit on that one, and then some jousting after, a little trash talk, and the Dogs go up 1.
Jake, for a team who's 2-3, still looking for a first winning season, trying to find their identity, you gotta love that sort of physical play, not being afraid to get intense and John right in the grill, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They, you know, really live by the mantra here, 12-round fighter, the boxing mantra. And it's, you know, 60-minute battle here, and you got to go. Every single shift matters in the National Lacrosse League.
A stumble and a bounce shot up and over the top of the cage with Ressa Territz going down. A focus from head coach Sean Williams, especially tonight, the final 8 seconds of that shot clock defensively, completing the shifts and turning it into some offense. Jackson Webster back in, starting the offense as that one's poked away, and a chance for a 2-on-2 developing quickly. It's Liam Patton who backs things up in his second stint back with Philadelphia now for the second season in a row.
Yeah, I want you to pay attention to that because, you know, although transition, everybody thinks, okay, offense, you want to get up the floor quickly, but transition just as important, getting off the floor and getting your defense off or onto the floor to shut down transition going the other way.
Oh, what a great find by O'Neill, but it's knocked away. Kell's got just enough. O'Neal with the setup, but it's not meant to be, and the Desert Dogs come forward.
That's the progression in Brendan O'Neal's game. We know he can crank it from the outside, and he's got that elite shot and one-on-one ability. But as soon as the floor vision comes for O'Neal, look out. He's going to be ultra dangerous.
We were promised offense. We've gotten it out of the gates. An early 2-1 lead for Las Vegas as we step aside.
This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here.
Oh, what a move!
With NLL Friday night on TSN. This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here.
Oh, what a move!
With NLL Friday night on TSN.
An early 2-1 lead for Las Vegas behind goals from Chase Fraser and Connor Kirst. 5 NLL titles as players combined between our two head coaches tonight. Ian Rubel won 3 with the Toronto Rock back in the 2000s. Now in his second year as the head man, Sean Williams, the Hall of Famer, looking for win number 17 in his 4th year as tenure head coach and GM for the Desert Dogs. He told us it felt different, though, starting in training camp for his team. Might not show up yet in the record, Jake, but 2-3 feels like there's a lot to like about his team, and tonight's been obvious with a good start.
Absolutely, and a real tough schedule for Vegas to start. You think about it, Vancouver in there, Buffalo, Saskatchewan. And you got Jeff Keaton, Ottawa, one of the best players on the planet. So tough schedule for Vegas to start, and I think they're sitting in a pretty good spot after 5 games.
We're able to bounce back after giving up a Brendan O'Neal goal on the opening shift of the night for Philadelphia.
Willie looking dapper over there tonight, by the way, with the 3
No
piece.
doubt.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing. Here's O'Neal from the right elbow. That's stopped by Kells. Being able to see him without much traffic in the way, that'll be big for Kells tonight as he gets another stop.
Yeah, I think he's settled in nicely after letting that first one by him. He's shut it down since then.
Nice pass right in front of the crease. It's just nodded away by Damoud.
It's a good look there for Donville. Now they got the reset here. Money possession. Gonna make the defense work here for a full 30.
Ball finds its way again to Donville. Draws some attention. He gives it up, but a bounce shot is stopped. Patra with the attempt.
Yeah, Vegas really looking like they are looking for off-ball cutters here. They kind of want to engage the defense on ball, set a pick off the ball, and have a guy cut through the middle and find that guy on his way to the goal.
Philadelphia, since that early goal, they've not gotten a lot of clean looks on offense. They try to get some ball movement going, and a low shot is stopped again. A lot of iso ball, though, from the wings these last couple trips.
Yeah, that's kind of their MO a little bit, right? They have elite dodgers and O'Neal, Sowers. You can put Resiteritz in that conversation as well. So help defense will be key here tonight for the Desert Dogs.
Fraser starting the offensive play for Las Vegas. Big shot up in the middle. That was popped away and all the way into the backcourt.
Yeah, a bit of a force there for Kluche. Kind of had the step, made it passed up an opportunity to shoot the ball, tried to take it a couple of steps closer, and that allowed the double to come and knock it free.
How surprised are you with the defense kind of winning the day so far here, Jake? First half of the first quarter.
I mean, a long way to go here, but I mean, I think the focus for both these teams coming in was keep the ball out of the goal, and so far, you know, after a couple of early ones, both teams have settled in defensively.
Oh, off the pipe, a little bounce attempt, skipping it from Dalton Young, and a big hit on the boards.
Got to get it up here and across in 8 seconds, and they'll do the job.
Just barely. Drew Belgrave with a hit. Kirst the setup. In tight, and they score! John LaFontaine makes it 3 in a row.
thought you might go with your best Rick Jenner right there. And La Fontaine, how about it? From the veteran, a little 3-on-2 action in transition, and it's La Fontaine down on the crease, tucking it in as big hit behind the Vegas goal, and then that allowed transition to break out for Vegas. And anytime you can get those bonus goals from defenders, especially ones like John LaFontaine, that's just his second goal of the season. Doesn't score a lot, but that'll get the bench fired up down there for Vegas.
39th career goal in his 242nd game. That gives you an idea.
Yes, thank you very much.
Few and far between the goals come.
Oh, I don't know.
Las Vegas wins another face-off as well, but it's poked away from behind.
I'm wondering where the trip is there on Jackson. It looked like he had a step to the goal. And
meanwhile, O'Neill skips as Philadelphia has been plagued by giving up opposing runs. In their last game, they were up 5-1. Eventually, Rochester battled back and went on a 5-0 run in the fourth quarter of that game to pull away.
Yeah, I mean, runs are going to happen in the sport of box lacrosse. There's just no denying it. There's no way to stop it. But, you know, you can handle a 2 or a 3-goal run. But when they start to get up to 5 and 6, that's when you're going to find yourself in a big hole. And it's going to be tough to come back on that. So, you know, you can allow a couple here, but you got to find ways to stop runs by the opponent.
Jackson Webster bodying for space right in front of the crease. Instead, it's a dodge, dive, and score! No crease violation here. Desert Dogs get another one as the run continues.
Clip it for Chris Kluche right here. Watch this one-on-one move. As a little tuck and go, a little show and go, as I like to call it, Benny, is he just kind of put his defender to sleep right here, Isaiah Davis-Allen, and bye-bye, and right to the top of the cooker and tucks it in. That's a beautiful goal there for Kluche.
Chris Kluche, along with Chase Fraser, one of 3 new Desert Dogs with NLL title experience, his 11th goal of the season. And that physicality from Webster away from the play really freed up some space, and Kluche took advantage, showing off that individual playmaking ability. 4-1 Desert Dogs as we near the 5-minute mark of the first quarter.
50-50 battle here, and it's won by the Wings.
Philadelphia have emphasized those 50-50 balls. They were one of the worst face-off teams last year. That's been a big improvement, though. This year it's more just being competitive with loose balls, goalie controls of rebounds for head coach Ian Rubel. All right, now it's the offense that needs to give Philadelphia a spark. Big shot stopped from Fennell. And the loose ball snagged by the Desert Dogs and Josh Jackson. What a start to this first quarter for Connor Kirst in Las Vegas. A goal and an assist already for the number 34.
Yeah, they're so happy to have Connor Kirst in their lineup. Missed the first game, and he was noticeably absent. He's an impact guy all over the floor.
Shot well wide from Donville. Possession still alive for the Desert Dogs. Patient in this setup. Donville, team's leading assist man and point scorer last year, but has more options around him in 2026. And this one's poked away near the boards. A couple guys go down and scooped up by Dustin Burkhoff momentarily. There's those loose balls you were talking about. Scooped up and forcing a good save right in front. Near follow-up won't go. That was all started by Patra.
Well, you know, we mentioned it earlier about playing the full 30 seconds. You know, defensively in that last 8 seconds, the same goes for the offense. I'll explain a little more when we return.
Las Vegas on a big run, 4 in a row. They lead it by 3 late in the first quarter. The NLL on ESPN is brought to you by STX Lacrosse and Nike Lacrosse, the official equipment providers of the NLL. And by TFL Sports. Collect the stars of the National Lacrosse League with officially licensed trading cards and sticker albums. And by StubHub, your home for tickets to the speed and intensity of the NLL. Beautiful night in Las Vegas, and the Las Vegas Desert Dogs have a 4-1 lead thanks to this 4-0 run. 4 different guys scoring for the Dogs. 3 of them players in their first years with Las Vegas who have won NLL titles in the past. Does not seem like a coincidence, Jake, does it?
It seems exactly what you're looking for if you're Sean Williams.
John Donville, one of the few returners from last year. Nope, wave it off. Foul in the buildup.
Yeah, just a bit of a moving screen there for Chase Fraser. Bit of a nickel and dimer. If they're going to call it like that all night, okay. But there's the first one. Let's see if that's consistent the rest of the evening now.
Can Philadelphia work themselves back into an offensive flow? They got a goal on their opening shift from Brennan O'Neill, the former #1 overall pick. And yet again, a stoppage as we get some fisticuffs right in the crease. There's the physicality.
There we
Reese
go.
Blake, welcome to Las Vegas. His first game as a Desert Dog and getting in the mix.
Well, if Caputo doesn't go here as well, then that's not right. But that's part of the reason they brought a guy like Reese Blake to this Desert Dog team, for things like that. And, you know, Caputo was pretty eager to go. I can't remember who the matchup was there that he was kind of picking on. But as soon as Reese Blake came in, his tone kind of changed there a little bit. Like, yeah, maybe not sort of thing. So I think both teams are going to pick up a minor here. Caputo will protest all the way to the penalty box. But that's nicely done there for Reese Blake to stick up for his teammate in that situation. The Philly ball. And we're going to play some 4-on-4 here, Ben. A little extra
Let's
turf
do
out
it.
there.
Yeah, the dual minors for the roughing, as you saw, with Phil Caputo on one side, Reese Blake on the other. There's Ian Rubel looking on.
Staff Sergeant Ian Rubel.
I have to say, for Philadelphia, anything can be used as a potential spark here. Maybe that'll get him going. A little fisticuffs near the crease after a very slow 10-minute stretch of this first quarter. O'Neill with a kick save forced by Kells.
That's a real good stop there for Landon. Just kind of got the toe out there in time to take that one away. Should note here, Ben, there is a final in the National Lacrosse League tonight. Toronto goes into Rochester and nips out a 1-goal victory over the Nighthawks tonight.
Tight game for the Rock. Low shot, just wide of the mark.
Coming down the stretch in Saskatoon as well. 13-10 rush leading the Firewolves.
So if those are any indication, we're in for a good one tonight as well. A lot of tight battles around the league. First penalties for either team taken tonight. So hard work to get toward the crease and a big takedown.
He was just big and strong and just has incredible balance, does Chris Kluche. He's not super fast, but uses his body to get leverage on the defender and kind of turn the corner on him there a bit. And that was going to be spectacular, maybe if it doesn't hit the defender there, but it does draw the penalty. And I like the aggressive nature here early in this game from Chris Kluche, going to the dirty areas of the floor to try and score goals.
And very quickly, that penalty box starting to get crowded for Philadelphia.
Decker having some fun down there. Happy birthday.
There you go. 50 seconds of a 4-on-3 opportunity for the Desert Dogs. Jones' skip pass a little bit wide. Off the wall, brought back in from Fraser, who's off to a fast start. Jones already with a couple assists. They go behind the back setup, and a sidewinder hits the side of the cage.
That was right on the inside of the post, 2 inches from the back of the net.
20 seconds left on the man up for Las Vegas. Fraser, he draws some iron. Wow.
Let's get a radar gun on that thing. That is well up over 100 miles an hour. I'm convinced of it.
Still a chance to reset. 10 left on the 4-on-3. Another behind the back pass with the setup for Jones. Hounded by 2 wings in the corner. Caputo and Blake each set to come out of the box, which they do, and now for about a minute, about a 5-second overlap between 5-on-4 and quarter expiring here, as the Wings will be content to kill some of that time off.
Nice job there from Captain Canada, Chris Corbeil, still getting it done at an elite level in the National Lacrosse League.
O'Neill goes low. Kells has had an answer outside of that first goal.
Yeah.
O'Neill not done much tonight.
I mean, we've seen really good Landon Kells so far this season. We've seen some not so good Landon Kells, and I think we got the good version here tonight for number 42.
Kells third worst of qualified goalies in goals allowed above expectation, but he's been outstanding. Opportunity to tack on that shot, ripping high over the cage. 15 seconds left here, shorthanded.
Sorry, Ben. I just want to say, like, that's not all on Landon Kells.
No doubt.
And I think the coaches would be first to tell you, and I think his teammates would be as well. It depends on the defense in front of you, a lot of where the shots are coming from, all that sort of stuff, the rebounds, the loose ball control. You got to have it all to have a successful and good numbers as a goaltender. And sometimes Landon Kells hasn't really had that in front of him. And that's a lot to put on a young goaltender.
Well, it has been Landon Kells' night so far, the 2022 expansion draft pick for Las Vegas, giving his head coach Sean Williams an early 4-1 lead. Desert Dogs get 4 goals from 4 different goal scorers, spreading the wealth, and they lead it 4-1 after 1. A 4-1 lead for the Las Vegas Desert Dogs through 1 quarter of play. 2-3 Desert Dogs versus 1-3 Philadelphia Wings, as we welcome you back to Lee's Family Forum, Henderson, Nevada, with Jake Elliott, Morgan Worth between the benches. I'm Ben Wilson. Fun first quarter, Jake. Really, the story comes down to the goalie play of Landon Kells for Las Vegas, and a lot of 50-50 balls won by Vegas, 20-11 in loose balls.
As they say, they'll tell you right from a youngster, loose balls win games in the sport of box lacrosse, and you win that battle more often than not, you're going to come, blow the whistle, let's play some lacrosse. More often than not, you're going to come out on top on the scoreboard, and although that first shot got past Landon Kells, I think almost a perfect 14 minutes or so by Vegas in that first quarter. Let's see if they can keep it going.
And for Philadelphia, a team who had been averaging 11 goals a game, tied for 6th in the NLL, the 14 teams in the league, scoreless the final 11 minutes of that opening frame. Mitch Jones goes low. That one stopped by Damoud. I have to say, Damoud's been pretty solid as well. He's just been peppered with a lot more shots.
Yeah, I mean, he will normally give you a chance to win each and every night that he's in there. Might not steal you a game, but he's going to give you a shot to win.
There he gets another stop with Kluche, who was great at a goal in that first period, going right at him. The outlet up ahead, a little too strong. Tried to lead Burkhoff the whole way.
Yeah, they'll have to watch Burkhoff here tonight. He likes to get out and run a little bit, and he's got some finish when he gets his chances.
Big windup and a nice block by Patrick Foley, a first-year wing, fourth-year pro out of Johns Hopkins.
So any shot that goes off a defender or the goaltender or even the post will stay with the offending team and get a fresh reset on the shot clock for it.
That was the man in the middle for Philadelphia, just trying to get a foot on that ball, Chris Corbeil, just to try to stop him from getting away. Unable to, though, and that's a reset for Las Vegas. Third chance on the possession.
Yeah, and this is where you really want to make the defense work.
The low shot, Damoud able to control. And his 89th career NLL game coming into tonight. 3-on-2 for Philadelphia. Desperate for a transition goal, but Kell says no once again.
The Wings captain Blaze Reardon with a good look there.
And you're going on a 13-minute stretch now of no scoring for Philadelphia.
Yeah, you can't have that.
Kluche draws so much attention. Good space for his teammates. 6 on the shot clock. Jones sets up Donville, wings it wide.
It's good ball, man. This one you want to test the goaltender at least and give yourself a chance at another possession if it doesn't go into the back of the net. But late in the clock, you want to just try and register that on goal at least. And Donville just off the mark with that one.
Where would you like to see Philadelphia adjust in their offensive sets?
I just think they need to speed things up a little bit. I think they're getting a little too deep into shot clocks and kind of running themselves out of time a little bit.
Resetarits with a shot right into the chest of Kells. I mean, he's been great, but a lot of the saves have been pretty straightforward. Not a lot of traffic in front of him. Jackson Webster for Las Vegas.
Sorry, man, that's a big difference from a week ago against Saskatchewan where, you know, they were kind of getting those same shots, but then Vegas wasn't really boxing out their defenders. A lot of rebounds were going right into rush sticks, and they had a lot of stick-back chances, and Vegas doing a much better job so far here tonight of one-and-done possessions for the Wings.
We talk about fighting for loose balls. Look at this effort.
Now they're going to call Donville first to touch the ball after going through the Rio Hotel and Casino crease here, and I think it's going to be Wings ball.
He was trying to sort of snooker the
I think we got a penalty actually here.
Wow.
Yeah, I think, who do we got? Is it Webster or Pocher going?
Adam Poitras heads to the box. Las Vegas, fewest penalty minutes in the NLL coming into tonight.
I'm kind of happy away from the play there for Poitras. See if Vegas can get a kill. They got a good power play here to try and defend. Wings number 2 in the NLL in percentage.
And Las Vegas allowed 4 of 6 power plays to be converted their last game against Saskatchewan.
I will say though, Ben, you know, compared to last year's Vegas team, a much better job. I mean, part of having a good penalty kill is just not taking penalties. The fewer penalty or power play opportunities you give up, the better, right? And I think Vegas, that's been the biggest thing, is their discipline has really gotten better this year under Curtis Hodgson.
Hodgson brought over first-year defensive coordinator Brett Hickey, new offensive coordinator, new goalie coach in Aaron Bold. A lot of newness in year number 4 for Sean Williams. Able to kill a lot of time off of this man advantage for Philadelphia. Great effort in the corner.
Yeah, you'll take that all day, every day right there. That's a nice job from Josh Jackson and company just to milk down the shot clock and chew off 30 seconds there against Philadelphia.
Yeah, Jackson been right in the mix of a couple of those tussles already. Does his job as Philadelphia resets, already down to under 50 seconds left in the man up.
Just watch 34 up top here. You know he's looking to let it fly.
No doubt. Right back to him. O'Neill way over the top. And a chance shorthanded. 2-on-1 come the Desert Dogs. Up ahead, the pass almost dispossessed from Belgrave. He'll just go down and smother the ball, and by the time this will likely get uncovered here, Jake, penalty just about killed.
Yeah, almost a good shorthanded chance there for Belgrave. Little indecision on whether he wanted to pass that ball off to Kirst or take the shot, and by the time he made the decision, Philly defender was able to get a stick to Belgrave's hands and deter that shot.
5 seconds left in the power play, and Philadelphia makes it count. Right before it was about to expire, Is there a crease violation or not?
there
And now
was.
they wave it off.
Oh, now hang on. We got
Joe
conflicting.
Resiteritz thought it was for sure a good goal.
Well, here's the situation, Ben, is that one official called it a goal, the other did not. So no challenge necessary here for either team because of the conflicting calls between the two officials. It'll be an automatic review, and it's a question of now whether Kells made the original stop and whether the whistle should have come. We'll get it straight for you when we return here to Lee's Family Forum. Dogs lead it by 3.
This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here with NLL Friday night on TSN. This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here with NLL Friday night on TSN.
Defensive start, holding them to 1, maybe 2 goals.
Well, so far so good. It's you know, they're just executing the game plan, and it's been good so far. And just stay consistent.
Thanks, Willie.
And consistency the key for Sean Williams. There's not been enough of that, but when you're starting a franchise from scratch, Jake, it's to be expected, right? And the theme has gone from the build of a program now to let's take the next step, and you need some vets, you need consistency to do that. We've seen it on display tonight.
I mean, consistency is really what you kind of want to live your life by, right? Like you want whatever you're doing in your life, you want to be consistent at it. And same goes for box across, and this one gets waved off here. No goal, says Mark Gardonio. So fortunate break there for Las Vegas. We'll get another look at it here. So the ball does not enter clean, and by the time it does roll in, Resiteritz well into the crease, and that is the reason that the goal was called off. So Kells did just enough to kind of keep it from going across the goal line, and by the time it did, there's Resiteritz well into the crease.
That's such an underrated part of the game, too, with how many of those lurching, diving attempts you get on the edge of the crease. You just, to get a piece to slow that down, and you're totally right, Jake. By the time that happens, it's so hard to pick it up in real time, hence the review. You get the attacker into the crease in a violation. So not meant to be for Resiteritz. Wouldn't you say that kind of describes this first quarter and change for Philadelphia in a nutshell?
A little bit, and I don't know what's going on here with Landon Kells' mask, but I think he has just put on Alexis Bouquet's helmet here and is coming back into the goal. So maybe some equipment repairs. Maybe Morgan can check in on that down between the benches on what's going on with Landon Kells' helmet down there. He's got big Bouquet's bucket on now.
We saw a moment ago on the graphic just how many shots have been on target for Las Vegas relative to Philadelphia. While we watch Mitch Jones set up in the offense. 8 on the shot clock for Las Vegas. Spin by Donville on the dodge. Down to 3. Gotta go. Good D from Philadelphia. And a pretty good job just to get a shot off here as it's stopped by Damewood. As we go back down to Morgan.
Yeah, you were right. It is Bouquet's helmet on Landon Kells. It looked like, from my perspective, maybe a chin strap or something wasn't quite right there. But Abe, the equipment manager, he is on it and fixing it. So we'll stand by to see if it changes back.
Yeah, good stuff, Morgan. I mean, that's like a 5-second delay from time of mask removal to Morgan getting us the report.
Yeah,
Excellent job.
The game does not stop. We kind of saw, oh, look out, one-handed there for Jones. We saw a similar situation last night in Vancouver where Chris O'Riglieri's gear did not show up in Vancouver. He was forced to kind of go out and buy a brand new mask a night ago. And then something happened. The net guard cracked on that. He had to put Dunkerley's helmet on for a short time in that game as well.
Are you saying you don't travel with an extra mask around just in case?
Well, I do, but it's not a goalie mask.
No, that might be just a slight issue. 4-1 here nearing the midway part of the second, and finally the drought is over for Philadelphia. Eric Fennell gets the Wings on the board, their first goal since 60 seconds into the game.
Yeah, Eric Fennell has got himself into fantastic shape after coming off a pretty serious knee injury for the former Firewolf, former Black Bear, and now Philadelphia Wing. And he came to Philadelphia, talking with Paul Day a little bit a while ago, saying he knew exactly what his role was going to be, and that was to get Brendan O'Neill open. But what that has done for Eric Fennell is O'Neill gets so much attention that it is creating chances for him to show what he can do, and he's got a nice scoring touch there, made a nice play, scored a nice goal. Wings are back within 2.
O'Neill a hand in both goals. He had one of the assists, Dalton Young the other. Philadelphia, it's been pretty even in the face-off dot, 4 for 7 now for Nick Rowlett, who's having a career high 60% in the face-off dot this year. Into some traffic, good job to pinch inside there by the Las Vegas D, and they get a stop coming the other way.
Here we go.
2-on-1, or 3-on-2 rather. It's a big deflection up and over the netting into the stands.
Off the top dash. We should probably get a shout out into PD. Did not make the trip to Las Vegas, so I was looking forward to seeing the GM of the Wings, Paul Day, but not here, so I know he's back home watching. Probably at the cottage.
They promoted Ian Rubel last year with Paul Day transitioning, former head coach and GM, just a solo GM role now for this Wings franchise, trying to get back to the postseason. They were in it in 2022. Ooh, as this shot just squeaks by. It was sort of an awkward look towards Kells.
Went right through his kind of elbow area past his midsection, but I think the jersey kind of changed the trajectory of that ball, and it went wide of the target, thankfully, for Landon Kells in Vegas.
Good physicality to force an errant pass and an over and back. Picked up. Liam Patton goes hard to the crease, and
draw a crowd.
Yep, that was smothered out in front, and here come the Desert Dogs in to rally for their goalkeeper.
I don't think Patton was intentionally looking to make contact with the goaltender, but I don't think he was looking to avoid it all that much either. And the official says, you know what? We've got to protect our goaltenders in this sport, and you're getting a penalty. That's headlong and into a dangerous area there, and you got to call that.
Great shots from the aerial cam right into that crease. And Kells, who's already had to get a backup mask, has had to fight off a good amount of shots to this point.
Yeah, he's got his regular mask back on now.
Yep, it's all fixed. He's good to go.
There you go.
And Las Vegas to the man up. It's Jones running point this time. Fires, good save made by Damu. Got him up high.
Now Vegas's power play has been just as good. Ranked 4th coming into this one.
In tight, that one takes a deflection out. Kluche had the hot start for Las Vegas, part of that 4-goal-in-a-row run. Philadelphia really packing it in as that one drew part of the cage.
Chase Fraser is swelling the pipes behind Nick Damu. I think that's his 3rd post of this opening half.
He's at top corner left, top corner right, and he's hit some bottom as well on the side. Jones behind the back, loves that little move to set up Kluche. And out of Donville's grasp.
Full 30 here.
A minute gone on the kill for Philadelphia. For a team who struggled offensively, they've hung in there on defense. Another good save by Damu. This would mean wonders to them. To stay within 2 here, but a careless giveaway. I don't think they ever saw Jackson coming off the bench, and he gets the snag.
Yeah, he's having a strong start to this opening half for Jackson for sure, as he's making plays.
Kluche comes right back to him. Another wind up. There's a block right out in front.
I think just they failed to reset the shot clock there, so Vegas going to get a full 30 and kind of a chance to make some hay here on the man advantage for Vegas as Philly comes in with the 12th ranked short man unit here. So if they can draw some penalties against this Wings team here tonight, I think they're going to get some goals on the man up.
You feel like that stoppage is an edge for a Philly defense, though, who's been pretty gassed. They have had to do a lot of work on this kill.
It's taxing for sure. And more so on the goaltender, who has to be your best penalty killer. And they'll get a little break here as that one comes back across center.
Going all the way down, Kells scoops it up. I shouldn't say it's completely killed off the penalty, because remember last time we said that, Las Vegas gave away possession and Philadelphia scored with 2 seconds to go on their man up.
Philly does have 2 shorthanded goals so far this season, and for Vegas, they've given up 2, which is right near the top of the league as far as that goes.
The Stowers in the offense, they just waited out. Wings get the kill, down by 2 as we cross the 5-minute mark of the first half. 2 great offenses have been stymied tonight. Stowers, big hit! Special delivery, Drew Belgrave.
You love to see it. That is just perfect slide help there from the Dogs captain. Drew Belgrave comes over and just cleans out Sowers.
And a clean hit, too. That was absolutely textbook. Desert Dogs the other way. Defense leading to a good shot attempt. Donville again has it stopped. And we hit a break. Oh, good to see Michael Sowers all right. He just come back off an injury, but my goodness, hit of the night from Drew Belgrave as Las Vegas leads it by 2.
Welcome back to Lee's Family Forum. I am with Wings head coach Ian Rubel. Scored twice. What's the game plan to get more goals in net right now?
Sorry, you scored twice, did you say?
You guys have scored twice. What's the game plan to get more goals?
I think right now we're just trying to force the ball inside, and it's not there, and we're not shooting the scout right now. So we got to start shooting the scout and not try and force the ball. I think we're playing too stiff.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
Ian Rubel would know, wouldn't he? 10-year vet, 47-year-old from St. Catharines who played in 114 career games. Yeah. Great on the defensive end, but his offense have not lived up to it so far.
No, I was saying, listen, we put a game plan in place on where to shoot on Landon Kells in this defense, and so far the offense is not following the script.
Despite 26 saves from his netminder, Nick Damoud, Philadelphia have put in a ton of effort just to stay in this game. Into the crease again, and another wave it off crease violation.
Now we'll see if they want to have a look at the iPad down on the Wings bench on that one there from Phil Caputo, but looks like the flag will stay in the pocket of Ian Rubel for now.
And this is a 16-plus minute drop for Las Vegas, Jake. There is a world where this could easily be 8-9-2 Las Vegas right now.
Yeah, Daymid will keep you in it for sure, but got to find a way to break through.
Patra with the setup. Fraser tried to go nifty, but it's a chance the other way for Philadelphia. They haven't had a whole lot in transition either.
No, I'll say this, most guys, you try that shot, you're probably getting a bit of a tongue lashing when you get back to the bench. Not Chase Fraser, because we know he is fully capable of scoring goals like that.
The 200 career goals would give you a little leeway, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, that and probably 150 of them are the highlight variety.
That one finds its way through. Michael Sowers goes near side on Kells, and Philadelphia able to break the seal here late in the first half as Sowers is on the board, and it's a 1-goal game.
Yeah, nothing too fancy about this one, Preston. Just a little too much respect for the quick feet of Michael Sowers, and you'll kind of invite that shot from that area of the floor and that angle on the goal, and it's probably one Landon Kels would like to have back. Obviously, I know every goalie wants to have every shot back, but there's certain ones where you're expected to stop the ball from that kind of shooting area, and that's when Landon kind of needs to get the stick down on.
And for Michael Sowers, who took that massive hit right before our last break from Drew Belgrave, you had to wonder if you're a Philadelphia fan, oh boy, coming back, first full year with the team after an injury-plagued season in 2025, made his debut last time out. And good to see him not only back up, but into the score sheet as it's a 1-goal game.
Yeah, well, Philadelphia is really kind of taken the lead as far as giving American players a chance to play box lacrosse here in Philadelphia. A lot of it's geography related, where it's just an easier spot for them to kind of live their life away from the game and then also be able to play professional lacrosse. But they've also made a concentrated effort to try and bring these guys into the league and give them a shot. And, you know, not everyone has worked out, but so far for O'Neill and Sowers, things are looking pretty good.
And nearly 40% of the roster Americans for Philadelphia, by far the most in the NLL. Here's a dodge from Donville. Blocked out and recovered by Jackson Webster. Now, both coaches, when we talked to about that, a couple Canadians kind of begrudgingly said, yeah, that's the direction this game is going. Even if they don't want to admit it.
They're coming, man. They are coming. And me as a Canadian, Ben, it makes me a little nervous.
Jones is stopped. I mean, if you're admitting it, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let you take the floor.
Just it's sheer population and popularity more than anything, right? It's starting to catch on down south, and especially here in like markets like Las Vegas, where people had never really seen the sport of box lacrosse are going, hey, that looks really fun. I want to try that. And I'll tell you, as soon as the American team, as far as box lacrosse goes, finds a bona fide #1 guy, Canada better look out.
A whip of a shot that Kells couldn't see at first, then able to fight that one off. There was Brennan O'Neill, 4th all-time #1 overall draft pick in both the PLL and NLL with that shot. Part of what you're talking about, this wave of great American players. As we go down near the final 60 seconds.
Think about it. The last 3, I want to say, have been American-born as far as #1 draft picks go. CJ Kurse, the latest.
Donville on the setup with space, in tight. The Dogs score. Fraser for the second time.
That was just nasty there for Chase Fraser, who just walked the dog on Nick Damoud here. Just watch the patience from Fraser as he comes in with a series of hedges and fakes here. Puts the goaltender down on his knees, out to lunch, in it goes. That's a beauty from Chase Fraser. Stayed out of the crease as well. Good footwork for #8.
10 on the season for Fraser. 5-3 lead for Las Vegas. And coming up next on the game halftime, take a look at our first half highlights, stats, and a great feature we have for you on growing the game, kids learning to love lacrosse.
Yeah, just what we were talking about earlier, right? Just the boom of Las Vegas lacrosse in general. It's a sanctioned sport now in the state of Nevada, and I'll say this, the owner of the Las Vegas Desert Dogs, and Joe Tsai, has been a monster reason for the success and popularity and the growing of the game here in Las Vegas.
Without a doubt. Great to show you that feature coming up in a few minutes. Couple stops in the meantime by Landon Kells. You could make an argument for has been the player of the half for either side.
Has this half whipped by, or is this just me? I know only a couple of penalties in this half, but it just seems like it's flown by here.
Great pace. Las Vegas, that one almost snuck through on the shot from Webster. Damoud had his heart in his throat there for a half second, but he recollects.
It's a heads-up play there for Damoud, too, as he got up, looked up at the clock, realized he was under 30 seconds. Instantly calls timeout, so the Philadelphia Wings will have final possession here with the Dogs leading by 2, but heavily outshooting Philadelphia in this opening half here. 34-19, and let's also remember here, Ben, a week ago against the Rochester Nighthawks for Philadelphia, 79 shots on target for the Nighthawks, so they are susceptible to giving up a lot of shots here. Daymud right now, I think, is keeping the Wings in this game. If I want to be frank about it, you're not going to be too successful averaging this many shots against. That's just too much pressure to put on your goaltender. But right now, Daymud is kind of holding the fort here, but Philly with a chance to get within one, heading for the locker room.
You can get by in spurts, right? I mean, opening night for Philadelphia, Daymud makes 53 saves, but you don't want to rely on that every night.
He was up over 80% as far as his save percentage goes, and that's kind of the benchmark you're looking for as a goaltender. But you can't be surrendering nearly 80 shots in a game and expect to be successful. It's just not going to happen.
I'm sure it's a little bit odd for both coaches, benches, players to be sitting here in a 5-3 game and hearing halftime, Jake, with the way these two have generally played. It's been games in the upper teens into the 20s.
I mean, honestly, you just never know what's going to happen on any single game in the league. Anybody can beat anybody on any given night, and that's been proven over and over again, as I think they want to reset the clock here. And I mean, I don't know if it's completely necessary. It's a little bit academic. The shot clock is off. There was 23 seconds to go, but they just want Brendan O'Neill to start a little deeper in his own zone here, which at the end of the day is probably not going to make 1 ounce of difference on how they execute this play.
There is a good look at O'Neill. First U.S.-born top overall NLL draft pick since Casey Powell in 1998. And O'Neill already with the goal and an assist tonight.
And apparently just loves being inside the boards and playing box lacrosse.
So with the net empty, Philadelphia able to hold for the last shot of the first half. Vegas had a 4-goal run to take the lead. Wings have countered here late in the second quarter. 5 seconds to go. Right in front of the crease. It's knocked away. Loose, and Kells will fire, but it is just over the top. Clock expires, and we finish the end of the first half. More good, tight defensive play right near the crease.
I think pretty good spot here for Vegas. Take a 2-goal lead into the break. Get a good stop on defense to end the half, and they'll be feeling good with 30 minutes to play here from Vegas.
For a pair of teams looking to improve on the defensive end, you have to say, half number one, a resounding success. Las Vegas got a 4-0 run to take charge. Philadelphia, late response, a big hitting from Drew Belgrave, as at the half, it's Las Vegas 5, Philadelphia 3. Since then, the sport has spread across North America and has even taken root here in the desert. Now the home team is working hard to make sure the next generation of NLL stars are It's halftime between the Wings and Desert Dogs here in Henderson, Nevada. The game of box lacrosse originated in Canada about a century ago. Since then, the sport has spread across North America and has even taken root here in the desert. Now the home team is working hard to make sure the next generation of NLL stars are homegrown.
You know what? It's all about the kids. You know what? That's what they say, right? It's all about the kids.
Go grab a ball. We're gonna spread out. Go. Go. Let's do something cool.
Chase, believer. That means you guys down and back. Sprint, go, go.
Ball down nice. So that the next person in line can get off. Go.
We're gonna make you run, but we need everyone on board.
4, 5, 6, go. Whatever your passion is, just stick to it, grind at it, and enjoy it. You never know where it'll take you. Good work, good work.
Halftime in Las Vegas. Oh, this is the good stuff. We got the Wiener Dog races. Who is yours, Jake?
Absolutely. I don't know which one, but I can tell you this: they'd all beat me across the tarp there. I'm not beating any of those things.
No tarp monster to be seen. Well, that was certainly
accidents happen.
A highlight.
Accidents
you are
happen.
very much right. Well, no accident about. Great play in the first half. Here were the goals. It started with Brennan O'Neill in the first minute. After that, though, a 4-0 run for Las Vegas to take control.
Yeah, it's a nice response. Chase Fraser doing a little work, his first of 2, and then a little extracurriculars after that one. But I think the Dogs kind of had the edge in transition. You see John LaFontaine join the party. Connor Kurz with a transition goal. And then Chris Kluche just a bulldog, using his physical prowess to get to the top of the crease and jam one past Damude. And again, I go back to the shots on goal. I think we'll get a look at those first half stats. And if the Dogs keep up the pace of shots that they have done, as Drew Belgrave with one of the hits of the year so far, if they keep this pace up shooting-wise, essentially and eventually come late third quarter, fourth quarter, those shots are going to start to drop because Nick Damude's going to wear down.
From Philadelphia's perspective, feel fortunate to be this tight in the game within the 2 goals when you look at all the opportunities Las Vegas had, and that is certainly reflected in the numbers, almost doubling up Philadelphia in shots on goal. Huge edge in loose balls as well.
Well, that's correlates, right? You win loose ball battles, you create extra possessions, those extra possessions turn in to those extra shots. So it all kind of works together. And like I said, a lot of positive signs here for Vegas. Yeah, they probably could have 7, 8 goals in that first half, but they have to remain focused and believe that what they're doing out there eventually is going to break through and be even more successful than it has been in the opening 30, because they're playing really well. They're staying out of the penalty box. They're getting a good performance out of their goaltender. They just got to go out there and do it for another 30 minutes.
2 teams in the bottom 3 in goals allowed per game showing out on that defensive end tonight. 5-3 is the Las Vegas Edge. Wiener Dogs out in full force tonight from Lee's Family Forum. More on the halftime show when we return to Sin City. 5-3 lead for Vegas. getting set for the start of half number 2 inside Lee's Family Forum. Fans showing out tonight. Saturday night in Sin City. It's the Desert Dogs on top of Philadelphia 5-3. Here's a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Jake Elliott, what is your biggest notable final number from that list?
Well, I got to point towards that game at Buffalo for the Ottawa Black Bears. To go into Banditland and come out of there with a victory, that does not happen too often. That's the second game this season Buffalo has lost on their home floor, but a nice performance. It's a good night for the road teams last night as San Diego, Colorado, Ottawa all getting wins on the road. And you know, although that was a home game for Georgia, essentially they're playing in a neutral site market as well. So count that up as a road win as well, as they really kind of stuck it to Calgary. And, you know, the trend kind of continued. Toronto over Rochester on the road as well. But then Saskatchewan, top team in the league right now, first team to 6 wins. And they took it to Oshawa here tonight, kind of held them off. 15-10 the final there, and we're the final game of the week here in week number 8. It's been a loaded one, and it's been a good one, and still half an hour here to go in this one. Is he going to look at, well, I like the title here. Well, I don't know if I like the title or not, Ben, but it is a clever one. I'll say that. Taming of the Dogs
for
4-0 against Las Vegas, and they're going to play twice this year as well. I think in April, Las Vegas makes the trip to Philadelphia here, but 4-0 for Philadelphia. That in jeopardy here tonight with the Dogs leading by 2.
Philadelphia's had a lot of success with, as you can see, 3 of the 4 wins coming on the road, 2 of them at Michelob Ultra Arena, 1 here at Lee's Family Forum. And that's where we talked to Sean Williams saying, look, there have been the struggles, things we obviously want to clean up. You see him conferring with our officiating crew tonight, Mark Cardonio, the crew chief, but at the same time, like, playing on the road at Buffalo, 2-goal game. Team very difficult to beat on their home turf. Saskatchewan, as you mentioned, playing the best lacrosse of anybody in the NLL, put up 15 goals on them in a losing effort. So it hasn't been all bad, even if there have been some losses in the, I guess, cosmetic category.
You know, and then you know, the impressive win at Toronto, right? Never an easy place to go and win. And then you look at the home game here against Ottawa with Jeff Tetontown with the Black Bears, holding him to just 1 goal, holding the Black Bears to just 9 in that game. So, like I said in the open, they've proven that when they put their mind to it, they get a good performance in goal and the defense comes to play, that they can be solid on all ends of the floors. I think we're ready to go down to the turf. Morgan Worth has Connor Kirst.
Jake, thank you so much. Connor, a great transition goal for you. What's led the improvement defensively tonight?
Yeah, we're communicating, getting hands on, and feeding off of each other.
What was said in the locker room at halftime to come out strong for the rest of the game?
Yeah, you know, we got the whole second half, so we got to continue that sense of urgency because they're a very talented team, and so we got to get stick in hands and feed off each other.
Thanks, Connor.
Thank you.
Great stuff, Morgan. Still a long way to go for Sean Williams, 4th-year head coach and GM for the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. As much as this team has preached newness, focusing on moving forward, not getting stuck in the past, it has really helped to have a couple of first-year, year-one guys like Connor Kirst and Landon Kelsey, who've honestly been 2 of the best players for the Dogs tonight.
Yeah, and then you bring in a guy like John LaFontaine that's been around this league a long, long time, won some championships as well, and a real stabilizer back there, a calming influence. And now I think the Dogs here in the second half have to break it down into 5-minute segments and just really focus a shift at a time here in this second half. Blow the whistle, Ben. Let's play some lacrosse.
And a win on the faceoff for Tyrell Hamer-Jackson, who lost 7-10 in the first half to Nick Rowlett.
Now won that one, but in some trouble as Philly does a nice job to use that center stripe as a 3rd defender there and cause the turnover, so they'll get first possession.
Now the Wings scored on their opening possession of the game, 60 seconds in with this man, Brennan O'Neill, but here he's almost dispossessed. You gotta hound O'Neill. That's the scouting report if you're gonna D him up, and it leads to a turnover. Great job by Brandon Goodwin.
Goodwin started it. Belgrave finished it off with a nice interception there.
John Donville very active despite not having a point in that first half. Low shot, blocked off by Nick Damoud.
Speaking of interceptions, Ben Wilson, can we mention Broncos, Seahawks, both winners today in the NFL playoffs?
Interceptions indeed. So a minute into the 3rd, Desert Dogs went on a 16-plus minute scoring drought at the tail end of that first half, crossing the end of the first into most of the second
that might
quarter.
be the only knock. Like, Philly had a long drought as far as goals go, and then Vegas kind of did the same, but you know, still maintaining the lead with that long drought. That's a positive sign, but you don't want to kind of go anything over like 10 minutes without scoring a goal here in the National Lacrosse League. And I kind of feel like the first goal in this second half is going to be a big one for either team, Harry.
37-18 shot on goal advantage for Las Vegas. 2 and 3 coming in, back-to-back losses. This shot blocked out in front. Jones spills to the turf as Donville picks it up. And
inadvertent reset here. They're counting it down on the Desert Dogs manually by the officials. That's a nice piece of officiating there, and they'll run out of time on the shot clock.
Yeah, good pick up by you as well. That clearly was not worthy of the full reset.
Just a quick trigger there down in the scorekeeper's box. It happens from time to time.
You said you wanted more pace out of Philadelphia, quicker shots. See if that is an adjustment Ian Rubel's team looks to make. They got into a lot of deep shot clocks, not a lot of open looks. This shot, Kells the save, rebound, and into the crease. Go the Wings.
They made the stop anyways, did Landon Kells, and was about to make the point that Philadelphia had the floor spaced out quite well and kind of isolated that low play on the far side there, but Kells had the answer.
Fraser, a pair of goals in the first half, but this is a turnover. Philadelphia comes the other way. Wings sitting 1 and 3. They have not won either their 2 on the road, but despite only having 3 goals here, Jake, through 33 minutes, I mean, they are very much still in this game.
Nice job there for LaFontaine, sticking the lane.
Get a little English on the balls. We're down inside 6 on the shot clock. On the dodge, low shot, the rebound, they score!
Caputo, right where he likes to do his work. Picks up some junk and jams it back into the goal, and that is what we saw a lot of against Saskatchewan. Watch here, bad angle shot, but big rebound, and then Caputo able to come through the middle of the floor and find that loose ball. Somebody's got to get a hand on Caputo and box him out and not allow him to get to the top of the crease like that.
Had a great run with Panther City, second most goals in that franchise's history before they folded, and he followed Tracy Kelusky over to Philadelphia, and it's been a big key to helping a lot of the Wings who had not played in Kelusky's system before learn it and get integrated with a lot of cohesion, and he gets the beneficiary here with his first goal tonight.
A Hall of Famer, TK, and started his coaching career out here with Philadelphia, and then before becoming the head man in Panther City, made his way back when that team dispersed.
A lot of former guys from the Panther City club on this Philadelphia roster for good reason.
Whoa.
That one almost squeaked past Kirst on the near side shot from Fennell.
Yeah, a bit of a sketchy stop there, but he kept it out, and it'll go down on the score sheet all the same.
Nice behind the back on the streaking Donville, broken up through some traffic there. Killen got it off, but well wide. Out in front, there's Donville, point blank stop, man.
He can't believe that one did not go in.
does it again.
Yeah, the old starfish save there. He just kind of butted both feet up against each post and hoped for the best, and Donville put it right off his toe.
Philadelphia getting the goal first of this second half. A couple nice stops from Damoud. O'Neill hit off of the backside of Blake in his Desert Dog debut. Has provided a nice spark off the bench, and he still has possession. Little 3-on-2. Blake going all the way and decides to hold back at the last second.
I'm not sure I'm passing that shot up then if I get that chance, if I'm Reese Blake, my first game, and I'm coming right down Main Street.
Blake finally gives it up. A lot of space. Donville toward the crease. Just wide.
It's coming for Donnie. He's going to get one eventually if he keeps getting looks like that.
Hard to believe he has not found his way on the score sheet yet. 5 minutes into the third quarter. Still anybody's game from Lee's Family Forum. Las Vegas looking for their first ever win against Philadelphia in the 5th all-time meeting. Pass too tall from Fennell. A chance for the 2-on-1. Kirst winds up and scores!
Hello. How about it? CK right there. I mean, he loves that far side top corner shot kind of from that area, and I think Damude thought that's exactly where he was going to shoot that ball. Kirsty had other ideas as he pulls the string and then lets the arrow fly on the celly. That's a big goal there for Las Vegas in transition. Kirst second, Dogs first of the half. They're back up 2.
This has been a throwback sort of night for the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. Guys who were on that inaugural team had some big moments, but you could maybe say overshadowed a little bit by some of the newcomers and the flashy guys who've won titles. Yet here you go tonight. Connor Kirst, 2 goals and an assist. Landon Kells making a bunch of stops as Tyrell Hamer-Jackson hops off into the bench, took a shot there after the faceoff, and will hit a break. We wondered if the offense would pick up in the second half. It has started to. Las Vegas on top of Philadelphia by a pair.
This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here.
Oh, what a move!
With NLL Friday night on TSN. This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here.
Oh, what a move!
With NLL Friday night on TSN.
Just how involved the Las Vegas Desert Dogs are trying to be in the community and growing the game. That clinic that you saw on halftime, that was on Wednesday night, and I talked to Tyrell Hamer-Jackson. He said the clinic was great. He really enjoys doing that and told me that's what it's all about. He said last week to me, you know, when these kids do these kinds of clinics, they come to the game, they cheer louder, they try to rack up as many fist bumps as possible. And even Chase Fraser said when he got signed to the team, he wanted to be on the forefront of Nevada lacrosse. Making an impact on growing the game in Las Vegas is a big thing for us. And rumor on the street is he was on the tunes at the clinic Wednesday night, playing a little bit Mambo number 5, guys.
Oh, love it. That's always
that's on your playlist, man, for sure.
Got to be on the top of the list. That's a great report, Morgan. And think about Fraser and Tyrell Hamer-Jackson. Fraser from Vancouver, Hamer-Jackson played in Vancouver. You're very familiar with him, Jake, for 4 seasons. And for a lot of these guys, that was a big appeal of coming to Las Vegas, trying to grow the game in a new place.
Absolutely. And, you know, guys that have kind of been in the shadow a little bit of guys like Dane Smith and Josh Byrne in Buffalo, a chance for them to kind of step in the spotlight now here in Vegas. And they're all pretty avid golfers as well, Ben. And I'm not sure if you know or not, but weather pretty good here through the winter. Not so much in Buffalo, New York.
Understatement of the night, I would say. Penalty going on Liam Patton. Desert Dogs go to the man up. Neither team has been able to score a power play goal tonight. Philadelphia pulled within 1 to start the 3rd quarter. Dogs got an immediate response from Connor Kirst. That one bangs off the back wall. Comes to Kluche out in front. Kluche digs out the loose ball.
Good pressure here.
I love that behind the back setup. Kluche a little tall. Donville unable to corral that rebound.
That one just didn't come out of the pocket the way Kluche was hoping. Just maybe tighten up the top shooting spring a little bit there.
Michael Sowers, 7 points, 4 goals, 3 assists in his season debut last time out for Philadelphia. A huge boost to this Wings team.
Now, I tell you, I got a chance way back, Ben, to call what was the U19 World Field Lacrosse Championships in my hometown of Coquitlam back in 2016, and Michael Sowers a part of Team USA back then. And you know, you think about it, that's a decade ago, but watching Sowers back then, the man just has elite feet, and you could tell he was destined for stardom back then.
Sowers and the Wings come up empty on that trip. Just trying to take some time though off on this kill. Yeah, true student of the game though, as head coach Ian Rubel calls him. See where the Desert Dogs go here. Final 25 seconds of the man up. Down low, good stop by Damoud.
Should just about do it here. Philly's going to get themselves another kill.
Sowers takes a look up at the video board, and that will be the case for Philadelphia. And despite the 1-3 record, despite being down tonight, it's not like they're, aren't tremendously talented guys up and down the roster as we get another crease violation in tight.
Of course, you got Blaze Reardon there who plays outdoor and is the top goaltender
not bad
in the Professional Field Lacrosse League. And he's a forward here in Philadelphia inside the boards.
Las Vegas have been able to neutralize a lot of that firepower tonight, but here a giveaway, and it's Liam Patton who's fresh out of the box. Patton racing forward, forces a save out of Kells.
It's good hustle there from LaFontaine to kind of cut that path off and force Patton to shoot that ball maybe a little sooner than he was hoping to, and Kells able to kick it aside.
Connor Kirk's having a dream night. This one fizzing just wide of the post and then hit the underside of the ceiling up there.
It's way up there.
Talk about a big old carom. Great venue here at Lee's Family Forum, intimate setting.
They're having a good time out in the promenade before the game as well.
They were. Yeah, just over 5,500. Another stop here from Kells. The Dogs come forward. Las Vegas have led pretty much throughout, only trailed for about a minute in the first quarter.
Here we go.
Donville with a ton of space, fires it wide.
Man, I know Donnie's got to be ultra frustrated right now. He's just a touch off with his shot tonight.
Alex Pace, Halifax, has it come to him, able to hold up play. Bill Caputo, the goal scorer in the third quarter, that number 19 in white on the far side for Philadelphia. Go back towards that area of Caputo, but he sends it wide. And LaFontaine, to actually the shot missed from Burkhoff, LaFontaine's been called the most exceptional defender for Sean Williams so far this year.
Yeah, I think he's been their best defender out of the back gate here so far. No question about that.
Philadelphia has not been working on offense, so they have to go to plan B, which is hounding defense. On the breakaway, they score! And what a job by Chris Corbeil with pressure, leads to the breakaway and a goal.
I mean, this is one of the best defenders this league has seen in Chris Corbeil. And still knows how to snipe a top corner on the run. Well, back within one are the Wings off a turnover at center. Corbeil making no mistake.
16th year in the league for Corbeil, the three-time champ in the NLL. 255th game here tonight. This is one of those plays that can swing a game in a moment's notice. I mean, Philadelphia sets, Jacob, just felt so lackluster without a lot of clean looks, but in the blink of an eye, one-goal game, little pep in the step now for the Wings.
Yeah, and there are 2 goals this second half here. You remember, one came off a rebound, and Caputo found some junk on top of the crease. That one a turnover at center, so it hasn't come on the power play or settled 5-on-5 sets here for the Wings so far. Ouch.
Neal had that one hit off, you're right, the leg of one of the Las Vegas defensemen. Body's still down. Possession to Philadelphia.
That one stung LaFontaine, who's trying to walk that one off a little bit, and not the first time he's felt that kind of pain down in the leg area. But
Terrence shot is saved. Big old deflection up into the crowd, and that'll leave a mark. LaFontaine limps off. Desert Dogs lead down to 1 as we step aside. Well, the score might only be Las Vegas 6, Philadelphia 5, but these two men, Nick Damude and Landon Kels, have been awfully busy tonight, Jake.
Thank goodness they're wearing pads. That's a lot of rubber fired their way here tonight, especially on Damude. But Wings and Dogs working for goals here tonight. Well, you know, we're what, 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. I think first team to 10-11 probably going to get the job done here tonight.
And as this game is worn on, it's been a lot of kind of gritty, gnarly goals through some traffic. Nothing really in the open play here in the crease. Another stop as Donville just cannot buy one. He's had a lot of chances, and Damude has said no every time.
It's getting a little ridiculous, quite frankly. It's not like he's ripping it from 40 feet out here and hoping it goes in. He's getting point-blank chances on top of the crease, and Damude has just had the answer, or it's hit the pipe, or been an inch off.
Brendan O'Neill, team high, 10 goals, 12 assists in 4 games. He had that 1 goal early, not a lot of looks since then. Here he goes down low, and Kels has matched him on all those opportunities.
Yeah, rock solid stop there. You just don't know. You got O'Neill bearing down, running downhill on you. He can shoot the ball to any corner, and Kels kept the stick right where it should be and made the stop.
The windup and shot. Mitch Jones, who has a couple assists tonight, that one is saved. Wings coming forward. You just think about Landon Kels in goal. I mean, last time out they brought in a rookie, Caleb Kahn, give up 21 overall. You start to kind of hear the whispers, the murmurs around the locker room. We're still so early in the season, though, Jake. Been so impressive how Landon Kels has responded tonight.
Yeah, he knows there's a lot of pressure on him to perform, and I think he's done a remarkable job here tonight. But even throughout the season, like I mentioned, that tough schedule, some tough places to go in and play, and it's not an easy job, especially as a young guy. And we got to remember, Landon Kels is still a young goaltender in this league, and he's putting on a show here tonight, no question.
25-year-old from Ontario.
Peterborough.
Space for a windup. That's like a nasty deflection off the stick of Patra, or the shot, I should say. Gets it back, and Patra puts it in. Second chime is the charm.
Clip it for Patra. I mean, this shot right here, Ben, you have to appreciate how Patra releases this ball. It's coming on a sidearm. So the initial thought as a goaltender, when a shooter drops his stick down like that, more often than not, he's going to the far pipe, but Patra pulls it and puts it on the bounce to the short side top corner. One of the hardest shots to execute as a shooter, and Patra did it to perfection right there. 2-goal lead restored for Vegas.
And John Donville might not be finding the back of the net, but that is a second assist of the night for Donville. Came in tied for 8th in the NLL with 22 of them, so still making an impact, even if it has not been his night from a goal-scoring perspective.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't get the nickname the producer for no reason. He's going to find the score sheet in some capacity every single game.
We go back and forth in the third. 2 goals apiece since halftime. And O'Neill in this Wings offense, so high flying. Can they get back on track? That one too easy for Kels. You need to do a lot more than that on the night Kels is having.
Yeah, that's a warm-up shot there from Reardon. Put that muffin back in the oven.
That's up Kirst on the other end to start the offense. On the windup, that one a partial alter. Watch out on this crazy Karen. We've already seen one fast break goal in the corner, but a nice job to swat it away.
That's a smart play there for Kluche. He didn't want to pick that ball up. All he was trying to do was deter the wing from picking it up, and he'll get the change in a settled defensive shift now.
So Fennell restarts the offense. Final minute, third quarter. And even when the Wings have tried to get creative, get some ball movement, a lot of errant passes like that. It allows the Desert Dogs to come the other way. Graydon Stokes, who had his second assist of the season for the 21-year-old, he clears the line and sets up Donville. Donville Kind of caught a deflection on the way through.
Another good stop for David with the pad on the short side. And I want to give Stokes a look out here as a bit of a shout out for Graydon Stokes, like a draft pick from them. And, you know, I watched this kid play in the Minto Cup a year ago, and, you know, solid defender in junior. I wasn't sure it was going to translate to the pro game, but he has fit right into this Las Vegas defense, and I've been real impressed with Graydon Stokes.
Final shot of the quarter, and guess who's there? Landon Kells, another stop. Kells and Stokes, 2 of the 5 all-time draft picks made by Las Vegas on this roster, coming up big in the third.
Well, Ben, we're right where we started at halftime. 2-goal lead, both teams with 2 goals in that third quarter. 45 in the books, and 15 here to go from the Family Forum in a 2-goal game.
Grandstand finish on tap, 7-5 Las Vegas as we go to the fourth.
Welcome back to Lee's Family Forum. A common theme both Jake and Ben have been talking about all night is Landon Kells and bouncing back. I was able to catch up with him earlier this season, being one of the only players from that inaugural team alongside Connor Kurse, and I asked what's different. He said the want to win has never been more than it is this year. He said bringing in those guys who have won championships is rubbing off on all of them. He said they do the little things well, and it makes everyone on the team want to do the little things well. And tonight he's showing that he can do just that. Ben?
That's a great point, Morgan, and it's one thing to say it, Jake. It's another thing to put it into practice. Landon Kells has done that tonight. Las Vegas takes the 2-goal lead into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, definitely different ways to lead as far as leadership goes, and leading by example, just one of those. Ben, blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse.
Fourth quarter underway. Still a lot to be decided. 2 offenses that had been red hot coming into tonight against a pair of defenses really struggling. And yet here we sit, 12 goals combined through 3 quarters.
We should have known. But I'm here for it. You know, you can equate this to a bit of a pitcher's duel or, you know, goaltending battle, whatever you want. I find low-scoring games can be just as entertaining as, you know, a 15-13 game.
I maintain that there cannot be a broadcaster's curse if it's in the open.
There you go.
So no fault of ours, even though we promised a lot of goals. Here's Chris Kluche had a big first quarter. On the setup, nifty shot, good save. Man, Nick Damoud has been equal to the best opportunities from Kyle Killen in Las Vegas tonight.
One of the best snipers on the team, and K squared right there, but had the quick release, but Damoud had the answer.
Michael Sowers had a goal earlier, all-time leading scorer in Princeton Tiger lacrosse history. Sowers trying to get creative, but again, Kells with clean vision of that shot gets the stop.
Nice little play there again from Jackson. Comes up with a loose ball, a little one-handed shoveler up to Nicky Preston.
Couple of debutantes tonight for Las Vegas. Preston one of them, in tight, that's another goal! And Patra has 2 in a row to open up the lead.
Potsy, he'll pot it home. And Dogs up by 3 as this kid is going to be a superstar in this league in pretty short order here. Again, just one of these guys that can play anywhere on the floor and excel, but he likes putting the ball in the back of the net. And finds the far side past Nick Damude on an individual effort there from Patra. 8-5 now.
And as much as guys like Chris Kluche get talked about, a former Philadelphia #2 overall pick in 2018, John Donville, a #1 overall pick, Patra taken 2nd overall by Las Vegas a couple years ago, was 3rd on the team in goals last year, and as you talk about, Jake, continues to come into his own with pretty much every additional rep and game under his belt.
Well, we'll see how the Wings want to respond now.
8-5, one-hand pass, but out of the reach of Ressa Terrace.
We'll see if the Dogs can generate a little momentum here after that goal and extend this 3-goal lead.
The way the game has flowed tonight, a 4-goal lead, not to say it feels insurmountable, but it almost feels like 5 or 6 the way the defensive
4
has been.
will feel bigger than 4 if they get there, for sure.
Kells has been so good on the other side of it. Mitch Jones with a quick pass and setup. Man, Killen, you called him a sniper earlier there. He sniped the top of the cage.
Yeah, that hit the crossbar. Now the Dogs will have a full 30 here. And some fresh legs onto the floor as well. They want to work this shot clock if they can.
Kluche on the skip a little high. Donville a bobble. And it's going the other way.
I think they might have called Donnie on a handball there. You don't see that very often.
That's a good idea, good vision from Kluche, just a little bit too tall on the pass.
Look out, maybe a sloppy turnover here on Philadelphia, and you can't have that in the 4th quarter in a 3-goal deficit. Just a simple little pass and a drop there from Sowers, and it's going to cost him.
How many of these loose balls has Jackson just suctioned in?
Well, I'll say, like out of the first 5, I think Josh Jackson's had a couple of good games. He's had a couple of not so good games. Put this one here tonight for 44 in the really good department.
He had his 2nd assist of the season on that last Patra goal. Involved on both ends, under 12 to go from Lee's Family Forum. Big wind up. A heavy rebound comes right to Alex Pace off that shot from Killen.
Killen has yet to find the back of the goal, but he's kind of a perennial 20-goal guy, usually good for 1 a game. So we'll see if he can find the back of the net before this one's over. But it's also, remember, Las Vegas has gone out. They signed Ben McDonald, who was released from Colorado when they traded for Jack Hanna. So they got an extra body there. And let's also remember, there's maybe a chance here for LaFontaine.
Can he track it down? He can! Oh, nice stop. Damude saw that move coming.
Right idea there for LaFontaine to try and wait him out, but back to it. Vegas also has former #1 overall pick in Tyson Gibson waiting in the wings as well, and he's been hanging around the team. He's getting closer to coming off the injured reserve list, and listen, you don't get drafted #1 in the NLL without being a really good lacrosse player. He's kind of lost his form a little bit over the last couple of years, but still a very good lacrosse player.
It's the reason why there's a lot of optimism about this Las Vegas team. Save here by Damude on the Patra shot. And proving tonight that they can win a grinder, sort of a defensive slugfest with the 8-5 lead, something that had not been the case early this season.
Well, still 10 minutes to grind out here for the Dogs.
I figure Sowers has some more up his sleeve, as does O'Neill. This shot from straight away is handled by Reardon.
Getting into those later rounds of the boxing match, if you will, but the championship rounds.
Kell still looks pretty fresh in between the pipes for Las Vegas. Meanwhile, Desert Dogs, a 4-goal edge, would feel like they've got this one in the bag, but there's a save by Damude. You said it right off the top. Damude will keep you in games, and that general statement has been exactly how this game has played out for the Philadelphia netline.
8 goals on 52 shots now for the Desert Dogs.
Fresnel, wow, had this defender's stick go flying as the ball pops free, and it's Las Vegas who continue the excellent play, shutting down those looks for Fennell tonight.
I will also say the debut of Reese Blake, I think, has been pretty impressive. Like, you got to think, first NLL game. Nerves are probably off the charts, and I think he's performed quite well.
In tight, it's a goal! And how about this second half? Adam Patra does it again.
He's feeling it here in this second half is Adam Patra. The kid out of Whitby putting on a show here as he set up from Jones. Little double pick here, seal and reseal, roll to the goal. That's textbook pick and roll action. And bing bong, right to the back of the goal for Adam Patra.
3 goals for Patra, 3 assists for Mitch Jones. Has 23 on the season, second behind only Donville. And it is the old consecutive hat trick here for Patra in the second half.
The natty hattie for Potsy.
9-5 Las Vegas in what's been an impressive defensive showing and a big second half from Adam Patra. Desert Dogs by 4 with just over 9 to play.
This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here.
Oh, what a move!
With NLL Friday night on TSN. This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here.
Oh, what a move!
With NLL Friday night on TSN.
The NLL on ESPN is brought to you by Kilo. Stay energized for every moment of NLL action with Kilo. Visit drinkkilo.com. And by Hotel Planner. Travel smarter with exclusive NLL fan discounts at nll.hotelplanner.com. And by StubHub, your home for tickets to the speed and intensity of the NLL. Fun night here in Las Vegas. Connor Kirst, Landon Kells, couple of original Desert Dogs pacing Las Vegas to a 9-5 lead. We crossed the 9-minute mark. How can Philadelphia, Jake, get some sort of flipping momentum here?
Well, maybe get a couple of kilos into their offense, Ben Wilson. I don't know. I could use one myself.
Something's got to happen quickly for a Philadelphia offense that has just looked dormant all night.
Well, I talked about it coming into the second half, about breaking this second half down into 5-minute segments. They got 2 5-minute segments left here to try and finish this thing off.
Big wind
Look
up.
out!
O'Neal, it's in! Just crept across the goal line.
Yeah, I think this is a good goal. Referee in good position to make the call. I believe that's Mark Thompson down there. You'll watch it again here on the replay. I mean, this thing just trickles across, and I think clearly across the goal line there. And this one will count here for Philadelphia. They're back within 3, 8.5 to go, and well, that's a lot of time in the National Lacrosse League. Still within striking distance here for Philly.
On a night where Landon Kells has been nearly impenetrable, that one somehow finds its way through, and Brennan O'Neal, who scored on the first shift for Philadelphia, has not done much on offense since, has his second of the night. And you're totally right, still over 8 to play in a 3-goal game.
The trickler, as I like to call those ones. Look out. Another sloppy turnover here on Philadelphia.
You brought it up a couple times. Wings have not been clean in those transition plays.
Now, I do want to say here, Ben, like 3-goal lead, you got to manage the clock here a little bit, time score, all of that, but Vegas cannot take their foot off the pedal. They have to continue to play their offensive system and try and score goals here. I said, I think 10-11 gets the job done here tonight. They still need 1-2 more, I think, to finish this game off.
Kluche stop, still feels a little early to be in full clock bleed mode.
Now, you cannot get passive here. That's when it comes back to haunt you and burn you the other way. Got to play to win.
Halfway through the fourth quarter, O'Neal starting to feel it, but Kells makes extra sure on this save.
So right now, you look at it, right? It was 2-goal game. They're up 3 now. They're winning this quarter right now.
Adam Pontra has been on another level this half. Starts to play behind the cage. That diving attempt was read well by Damoud, who just backs his way up to block it off.
He's a big man, and when he kind of flexes out the shoulders, he can take the top corners away on plays like that.
Sowers can dodge with the best of them. That shot blocked right away, and it finds its way into the webbing. Beautiful release there. Nick Preston has an assist already tonight. There was a good play to block it out on defense.
Now there's another guy that kind of took a while to kind of break through and become a regular in the National Lacrosse League, but once he did, he has not come back out of the lineup, and I think he just gets better with every game that he plays.
Another stop by Damoud.
Now I will say, I think that's a little early in the shot clock there for my liking from Kyle Killen.
Sort of that gray area, right? If it's an awesome look with a clear open space in the net, you take it, but otherwise, yeah, you want to be a little more deliberate. We're near the 6-minute mark. Great setup. Open space, and it's waved off again. On that drive inside from Caputo.
I'm sure Rubel, I mean, he's not even going to look at the video on this. He is just going to throw the challenge flag with 5:55 to go, down 3. I mean, you can't take the red hanky home with you, so you might as well give it a toss here. You may lose your timeout, but I think the challenge worth it here for Ian Rubel, just to have a look and maybe see if Reseteret stayed out of the crease here. But it was a pretty quick call from the official, which makes me think he was probably in there. But let's have a second look here on the overhead. I think the takeoff foot clearly
is challenging
on the
the
line
no
here.
goal
This
down
should be
the
a pretty
sack.
quick review, as that plant foot right there is on the white stripe.
And Joe Reseteret, he and John Donville, there's a great look at it.
Yeah.
Exactly what you were talking about.
Well done down the truck. Jared Bates and company.
Reseteret and Donville, they're kind of the two guys. They've had so many good chances tonight, haven't they, Jake? Just has not come to fruition from a goal-scoring perspective.
Yeah, it's been frustrating. And, you know, this Philly team is, you know, I think the projections weren't going to, you know, be near the top of the standings when the season kind of came down the stretch. But they've been in, like, they beat a very good Colorado team in their first week of the season, and you thought, okay, like, and then they're, you know, they're right there with Rochester. They put up 13, but there's a game that they allow 16, and they just kind of have to, I think they're searching for what their identity is in Philadelphia. Are they going to be a run and gun kind of offensive team? Do they want to be a lockdown defensive unit, or are they going to be a transition team? I still think they're kind of trying to figure that out a little bit in Philadelphia. And we've seen some good spurts, some moments, and then we've seen some not so good moments.
Morgan's been down there sitting next to Ian Rubel all night. Morgan, what say you on this Philadelphia defensive identity?
Yeah, right now the message is just to take away the middle for Las Vegas. After that, as soon as Nick gets the ball, he wants them to clear it as quickly as possible. And that was
Makes
a no
a lot of
goal.
sense,
Sorry,
Morgan.
I was talking
Yep.
over it.
You got it. There is the sign for no goals. Ian Rubel first, and Sean Williams now look on.
Mark Gardonio, veteran crew chief of the National Lacrosse League. Been around a long time for Gardonio.
Under 6 to go. It's been a good one tonight. 9-6 Las Vegas in a defensive struggle. 3 assists for Mitch Jones as he sets up the play and gets it back.
Something on here.
4 in the shot clock. Donville. Patra. It's a low shot into the webbing of Damoud.
Yeah, not the worst, right? I mean, if nothing else, he used up 30. Tried to get a reset shot there. Play didn't quite pan out the way you were hoping. But if I'm Las Vegas offensively right now, I'm feeding 19 and just let the youngster cook right now, because he's had the hot stick here in the second half.
Force Philadelphia as well to use some of that shot clock too, looking for the perfect shot. A little knock from behind, not enough to call a foul on as Fennell goes down, and Las Vegas Well, once again, see their debutante, Reese Blake, chopping it up a little bit behind the play.
Yeah, he's got to stay out of that right now. Not the time.
And it leads to a goal on the other end. Jackson Webster.
There's a big one for the kid right there, Jackson Webster. As all the while Fennell and Blake were jaw-jacking down in the defensive zone, the Dogs offense went to work. And Jackson Webster puts up goal number 10 here for the Dogs on a beautiful setup there for Donville. And 91 makes no mistake in double digits now for the Dogs. That's a big one.
And with under 5 to go, you start looking up at the clock. You go 4-goal game.
Yeah,
already been a struggle for Philadelphia.
It becomes possessions now, right? You count up the possessions on how, like 30 seconds for each. Not many possessions left in this game. And I think 10 should be enough here for Vegas, but you got to finish the game the right way.
Longest face-off battle of the night. At least takes a little bit more time off the clock. Underrated value there from Tyrell Hamer-Jackson.
It's a late change from him, though. I think it's going to be okay as Stokes will hustle in, but
on the bounce.
We got a penalty call here. Referees want to talk this over. I'm not sure if there's maybe an inadvertent reset or we're going to get possession or maybe even a potential penalty call here. But I do believe we will go to break and figure it out on the other side.
Had that shot clock down to 3, then it reset. We'll get the explanation when we return. It's the Desert Dogs by 4 with just over 4 to go. Just over 4 minutes to play from Las Vegas. 10-6 lead for the Desert Dogs with our producer, Jer Bates, our technical director, Zach Blaine, Jake Elliott, Morgan Worth between the benches. I'm Ben Wilson. Been a fun one tonight. Officials, Jake, trying to sort all that out during the last break with a timing issue.
Yeah, I don't think any penalty calls to come out of it. They just got together, discussed, and I think it's going to be Philadelphia Wings ball after the T-shirt toss crew gets off the turf here. And we got 4:15 here to go with the Dogs leading by 4, out shooting the Wings 57-38. Nick Danude poaching towards the Wings bench here pretty early for a goaltender pull, and now he's going to turn back.
I thought about it, but down 4.
Yeah, he'll be coming pretty soon. If not this shift or the next couple, he'll be on his way.
Big deflection on that skip pass. Belgrave has had a massive role tonight. Some thunderous hits, couple deflections in the passing lane. It allows the Desert Dogs to bleed more clock.
New Westminster native. Always with a good stick.
What a mid-year pickup that was from San Diego last year, Drew Belgrave.
Yeah.
First full season now with the Desert Dogs.
Well, and so much so that they were so impressed by Drew Belgrave, they named him the captain this season.
In tight, Patra going for a 4th and a half. He already has a natural hat trick.
You know, all the skills that Adam Patra possesses, I think his lacrosse IQ might be the biggest one. He is just such a smart, heady player, knows when to cut off ball, knows where to be on the floor, and always just kind of seems to make the right play.
Well, they started again to bring the goalie out. Now they send him back, just 6 on the shot clock. Whipped shot from Fennell is turned aside, and scooping up the loose ball down in the corner. Nick Preston there again.
Yeah, it's a big stop for Kells. And now if you're Vegas, this is when you want to start to milk the clock here a little bit. 10 should be enough. Use the 30. Be responsible offensively. Get to the bench quickly. Make sure your defense is out. And no transition or penalties in that back end.
Allows for an open dart, and it's just wide on that diving attempt. Kyle Killen's come close a couple times, does have an assist, and Philadelphia a little slow on this transition. Not like they've had a lot of opportunities. They do bring the goalie out, though.
Well, now you want to just kind of play that zone, sticks up, swinging and moving here, communicating with your teammates.
A little dink and dunk sort of play, but just off over the top for Caputo.
You can't believe he missed that one. It was a wide open net to tuck that one in.
Been the story all night for Philadelphia, though. Bad opportunities between some great saves from Kells, some missed chances with open nets. Philadelphia team who has scored 13, 12, and then 8 in their one win earlier.
Well, we'll play a glorified game of keep away now here offensively for Las Vegas. Ouch.
Painful stop taken right in the middle. Philadelphia racing forward. Ryan Wagner, assistant captain out there with the setup. Fennell too high.
Well, Dogs will play another home game in a couple of weeks from now, Ben. They're back home here against the Firewolves of Oshawa on the 31st. Delayed call coming up here against Vegas. And for Philadelphia, they're going to play the San Diego Seals next weekend.
Get a stoppage and the penalty call coming here, although too little too late for Philadelphia, down 4 and 71 seconds left.
Mitch Jones, former Philadelphia wing, having a little bit of an exchange there with his former running mate in Resoterics. I think Caputo was in there as well.
Las Vegas, player number
Mitch
67.
Jones, decent 3-year stint in Philadelphia. All he did was score 100 goals in 48 games, tied for third in franchise history.
Is that good?
Seems like a solid run. And when we asked Sean Williams about Mitch Jones, what gave kind of getting him in over from Philadelphia, he said, you know, we took a chance just giving him a phone call as Kells makes this stop. But Sean Williams has a decade-plus relationship with Jones going back to when they were in the league together.
Yeah, played, well, it was Sean's final year. It was Jones's rookie year for the Buffalo Bandits. And, you know, from what he said, they kind of kept that relationship alive, just, you know, chatting from time to time. And when the time came, Willie made the call and Mitch Jones picked up the phone.
Donville would be so apt if he would finally get on the goal score sheet tonight. But
he is also a West Coaster, I will say, Ben. So, you know, it's a long way to go to kind of spend 3 years of your life on the East Coast when you're from this time zone. And although, you know, it's Vancouver, as there's one for Philly late, but you know, the trip home, if you want to go see family and friends, a lot easier to make if you're Mitch Jones, and it's only a couple-hour flight instead of 5.
That's a good point. That one deflects in for Eric Fennell.
A bit of a lucky one there for Fennell, the son of a former NLLer, and Steve Fennell. So automatic review here under 2 minutes, Ben, but I think this one will count with Fennell, and we could be down to our final face-off in this one with just 25 seconds to go. Dogs should be able to hang on to this one and get to that 3-3 record. And let's also remember, you know, this is a team that finished 14th last year and just won 4 games all year long. So to be at the 3-win mark after 6, and, you know, the toughest part of their schedule behind them, forecast looking pretty good here down the desert.
You just look at the first 3 years for that man, Sean Williams, head coach and GM. 5-4 wins, averaging 13 goals allowed per game in that span. They gave up the most last year, most this year. So this has been a massive turnaround, even if it only is 3-3. And we've seen the pieces tonight.
Free agents go along with that. Tony Malcolm not in the lineup here tonight as he's out with injury, but LaFontaine and Tony Malcolm on the back end, the 3 big guns up front, and some new personnel. And let's also remember the younger guys have also matured another year, both physically and mentally. They know how to prepare and be a pro and get through a full season. All that sort of stuff matters when you're building a franchise. And I'm sure it's been taxing on Sean Williams. He feels that pressure of knowing, okay, we're in year 4 here now, like time to start winning, and you know, it hasn't gone the way he's wanted. There's been a lot of turnover and change, but I think he's on the right track now. And we can also add to that, you know, with the Hannah trade, more ammunition as far as the draft picks go. You got a Casey Wilson waiting in the wings who's not playing this year, coming back off an injury as well. So a lot of positives happening in Las Vegas, and I think, you know, it's just taken a little bit longer than they probably all have wanted, but the vision has always been there, and now we're starting to kind of see that come to fruition.
Set to get back to 500 before welcoming in Oshawa, as you mentioned, a week from Saturday. It may or may not be a special game for the coach, Sean Williams. Just a hunch.
Of course. Oh. Big coaching it up against his son, former #1 pick, and Dyson Williams.
Happy just to get through this one, and especially when you have a week off.
Has been confirmed. We have a good goal.
A good goal is confirmed. Good call, Jake. That was the thought going in.
Yeah, a bit of a lengthy review, and they want to make sure they get the call right, and I think they did. One more face-off to go here, and they'll let Connor Kirst take it for defensive responsibilities as in comes Philadelphia right off the draw.
Pace.
Man, that could have been interesting if that one finds the back of the net.
Alex Pace did have some pace to it. Gotta go quick. Resetarits for assist tonight. Blocked out, rebound. That one won't go. Down to the final 7 seconds. Loose in the corner. And the Las Vegas Desert Dogs bounce back in a big way. Snap a 2-game losing streak with their best defensive effort all season. Behind Landon Kells in net, rightly gets the attention of his teammates in a 10-7 win.
You know, they only get to 10 goals here tonight, Ben. And for a team that's been averaging 13, 14 goals over the last few, none of that matters right now because they held the Philadelphia Wings to 7 goals. And to win a game 10-7 here on their home floor, a place where they haven't got a lot of wins, this is a massive win here for Las Vegas, a bit of a statement win. And I asked Sean Williams the question in our coaches call earlier this week, like, if you want to be a playoff team, do you feel like this is a game that you needed to win? And he wouldn't really walk out on that plank. He didn't want to kind of say that, but I have a feeling he felt that. And I think this team did as well, and they came out and I think they proved the point here tonight that they can play a game like this. They can win a game like this, and that's not something we've been able to say about this Desert Dog team for a couple of years now.
An impressive showing from start to finish. Went down an early goal after that. Were dominant as they even their record to 3-3, while Philadelphia falls to 1-4. Tonight's 3 stars of the game are brought to you by TFL. And we'll start it off with, guess who? Landon Kells. How many times do you think we said his name tonight, Jake?
Well, we said it a lot. And, you know, the numbers don't lie here for Landon Kells. A bit of a lower shot total for Philadelphia, but .837 save percentage. And if you're anywhere in the 80s as a goaltender in the NLL, you're doing your job. And to be at 83 is exceptional for Landon Kells and a well-warranted first star here tonight.
Adam Patra really helped the Desert Dogs gain some separation in the 4th quarter. Natural hat trick when there wasn't a whole lot going on the offensive side.
Absolutely, and the kid just seems to step up when the moment is at its biggest. He likes that kind of pressure moment. He performs well under it and really kind of spurred the offense on in that second half. When they needed goals, it was Adam Patra that came up with them.
Patra, the finisher. Connor Kirst got it started, though. Was great out of the gates. Couple goals and a couple of assists, our 3rd stars. We send it down to Morgan, who is with our first star of the night, Landon Kells.
Thank you so much, Ben. Landon, last week was not the game you wanted, and you answered in a major way. 36 saves tonight. What was different?
I think it was just a complete team effort from myself, the defense, the offense. You know, we all came out here and worked, and you could tell right off the hop we wanted it more than anything else. So I think it was just a complete team effort is what it comes down to. Our defense was playing great. Our offense was swinging the ball, getting lots of great looks, and, you know, it makes my job easy when they keep them to the outside.
I want to talk about the defense because it was a big theme coming into tonight and being more focused. How monumental were they in your success tonight?
Oh, they're the biggest pillar to success tonight. You know, we hadn't played their best 2 games, the last 2 games, and I think we came out and showed that we can play, we can dictate games. So I'm just so happy for our defense because, you know, I believe in each and every one of those guys, and I can't wait to celebrate with them.
Landon, you're about a third of the way through the season. What did tonight's win say about this team?
I think it just shows that we're not going to go away. You know, some nights might not go our way, but we're going to come back better and stronger. It's the new Dogs, new year, new us.
Love it. Thanks, Landon.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks so much, Morgan. Jake, that's a good way to put it, right? New Dogs, new year.
He acknowledged his teammates right off the top, and like I said, it's a whole team effort. When you want to be successful, especially defensively, it can't just all be on the goaltender, and it wasn't tonight. The defense performed as well.
A fun one tonight in Las Vegas for Morgan Worth and Jake Elliott. I'm Ben Wilson saying so long from Lee's Family Forum. Las Vegas wins a hard-fought battle to go to 3-3. Our final score, Desert Dogs 10, Philadelphia Wings 7, as we say goodnight.